This is an important time of year for the city of Mobile and its finances. 2/3 of the city's revenue comes from sales taxes, and November and December are the biggest months for collections. In an effort to try to fight off online sales, which hurt the city's bottom line, Mobile over the last several years has agreed to provide incentives for several retail developments. But the results so far have been mixed at best. Westwood Plaza at Airport in Schillinger is one of the first things people see when leaving the Mobile airport.
That incentive was designed to rejuvenate an eyesore and a front door.
Finance Director Paul Wesch says the city provided Westwood Plaza incentives as well as the shops at Bel Air due to their visible locations and importance to the overall local economy. In both cases, developers invested $25 million in improvements in exchange for a portion of sales tax receipts that were above and beyond what the shopping centers were producing before the remodeling. Bel Air's owners can collect a maximum of $7.5 million over 15 years. Westwood, $9.25 million over the same time span. Westwood has already collected $1.2 million. Bel Air, nothing. In part because it hasn't found a new anchor tenant for the old Belk site, and that was part of the deal.
We, as a general matter, don't favor retail incentives, but in those two particular cases, they seem to have achieved or are on the way to achieving what the city desired.
But what Wesch says the city doesn't desire is what's happened at McGowin Park. There, the city council and then Mayor Sam Jones promised developers 28% of its city sales tax income for 20 years. In exchange, the Tennessee-based developer built the roads and infrastructure for the project. But the city's contract did not require the developer to disclose how much it paid for those improvements, so we don't know what that figure is, and we probably never will. What we do know is how much the city has paid the developer in the first 3 years that this shopping center's been open.
We have paid, to this point, $6.2 million.
And Wesch says what the city will ultimately give up for this project is staggering.
My rough projection has been 60 to 80 million over the 20-year lifetime, and probably closer to the 80.
Wesch says city leaders believe the complex could attract shoppers from Mississippi and Baldwin County by having the area's only Costco store, and therefore would increase overall sales tax collections for the city.
One of those purposes that I think you may have seen argued with the McGowin shopping center was to try to draw in customers from outside of Mobile. I'm not sure that that is as successful as some had thought.
A number of stores at McGowin have simply relocated from other parts of the city or opened new locations there. But that, in the end, is a loss for the city, since it keeps less sales tax at McGowin than it does elsewhere.
That again is retail sales moving around.
Moving around, but now into a space where you collect less.
Correct.
And the addition of McGowin Park and improvements at Bel Air and Westwood and a strong economy have not increased the city's sales tax revenues. They've remained constant at about $188 to $189 million, I should say, over the last 3 years.